So Paul Braren here again from Ticketry.com and EV Club of Connecticut. And I struck up a conversation with a person in the landscaping business. If you can introduce yourself.
Hi, Sheldon Rudd from the Silent Gardener.
Awesome. So you make a living on this. You've got a Ford F-150 Lightning, apparently right there, charging away. And you've tried different brands over the years. And I was talking to you a little bit off camera yesterday about Ego, a brand that's more consumer focused. And we talked a little bit about Lowe's and Home Depot and what the US market's like. Tell me more about Canada and what you've learned in your how many years of landscaping?
So we've been around for about 22 years.
And electrically, how long?
About 10. And
wow.
And we started off with using Egos, which is a great product. When we were talking earlier, my only issue is that they throw away perfectly good machines when there's a very small problem that could be fixed if there was an opportunity to have a repair center around.
How small a problem, like in your experience?
At a little tiny safety sensor.
Wow.
So they've got like 2 or 3 safety sensors on the handle, and if one of them fails, the machine doesn't start. So if they had some place where you could just get that little tiny sensor, or actually even be able to buy a sensor, you could replace it and the machine be perfectly well. I had people in the past that would just, Home Depot, when it was sold through Home Depot here, they said, hey, we got this machine, Home Depot, we bought it at Home Depot, it didn't work, so they said just take it home, throw it away, and we'll give you a new box with a new machine in it. And it turns out the machine was just perfectly fine, it just needed a new sensor. But you couldn't get the sensor, so we would strip all the parts off it and use it on our machines.
Okay, got it. So remind me, what's the Lowe's equivalent brand in Canada?
It's Ego.
So I mean the retailer.
Rona. I
Okay.
believe it's Rona, yeah.
Yep, and do they handle warranty service the same as far as you know? It's not a first-hand story.
Yeah,
but.
I haven't bought anything new from Ego in about 2 years.
Yeah, and as a professional, you might not buy traditionally for this consumer focus.
They switched from Home Depot over to Rona about 2 years ago. So we've been moving over. We primarily just use Stihl now.
Okay.
But it's really not great when you've got what's supposed to be a sustainable product focusing on sustainability, but when a very small piece that could easily be replaced wrecks a machine and they just throw it away and it's brand new. Yeah, so they need to work on their circular sort of economy stuff.
So there's a whole lot of YouTubers out there, glowing reviews of Ego, showing the first ride and all that of a snowblower in my case, and I'm living in Connecticut. And our market is heavily favored for electric equipment at Lowe's for sure. There's a ton of equipment, and Ego is just taking over the electric aisle, the weed whackers, all of it. I'm not sure how it is in Canada, but the contrast with Home Depot is pretty stark. What kind of, let's see, for a business like yours, where you run this, you buy it from some other kind of supplier,
I buy it from a
discount.
dealership.
Okay. Yeah. And then you have a trailer.
Yeah.
You drive this on, and you can't really charge while driving. But how do you deal with? You just charge every night, I imagine.
Yeah, we charge every night.
So the back of the pickup. Sorry to interrupt.
No. If I was in the field and I needed to charge, I could charge off the truck in the field.
There you go.
We do our big charge at night in the location that we do that.
All right, and how about things like weed whackers or whatever you call them here in Canada?
Kind of a bit of a mixture. Everybody leaves with full batteries in the morning, so we have a wall of Stihls come out with these 4-pack battery chargers. Okay. So they all charge into the wall, and then they go through one battery at a time, so you're not tripping batteries all night.
Let's look at hardware a little bit. Frunk or trunk for your charging needs?
Most in the back.
How have you found the frunk useful as a contractor?
It throws the trip on it for the size batteries that they use.
Interesting. So you have way more amps out the back.
Yeah, exactly.
So the frunk is of limited value. You can maybe charge 2 batteries up there.
I don't understand. Honestly, I don't know why Ford didn't put a bigger ampage in the front, because that's where it's secure. So.
All right. Good point. And competitors like Tesla didn't put one up there at all.
Yeah. Well, they don't have anything.
On the Cybertruck, and then Silverado. I mean, you bought this how long ago? The Lightning?
This Lightning we got this year. We have another one we bought back in 2023.
All right, so the event's starting soon, so I'm going to head out, but a quick hardware tour before I walk away.
Yep.
And I'll just close your 2 big points there. Yep. One is a bit of product feedback for Ego, constructive feedback, right, where they could do better. Yep. Whatever arrangement they have with Lowe's in the US, if you're going to return a mower under warranty because it's got a little problem, sure, it'd be great if the thing didn't end up in landfill, if that's still the case. We don't know in the US, right? Yes. You're talking about from Canada. The next piece is when shopping for a truck, it'd be nice if the front charging was a little more robust. Yeah. You've got Rivian, you've got GM here with their Silverado, and you've got Tesla with their Cybertruck. Yeah. That's a bit of product feedback for them. Yeah. And they're big in California, and I've seen the electric weed whackers in California, the big backpack battery. Is that what you use, I imagine?
Yeah,
If you're, leaf blower, right?
All the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, seeing California way ahead of like the Northeast on that because they outlawed this stuff years ago, right?
Right.
Is that similar in Canada here
Yeah,
in British
it's starting
Columbia?
Vancouver was supposed to have a ban for small handheld gas equipment in 2024, but it kind of disappeared.
Okay.
But overall, Metro Vancouver area, there's been a huge adoption of electric vehicles and a lot more of a focus on things like electric products.
Yeah, for you, uniquely situated, where was it 98% hydropower here?
Yeah.
And super cheap charging at night? Do you put
Yeah.
things on a timer? Was it 9 cents a kilowatt that my Uber driver was telling me?
And I've got solar in my house, so it's even a different situation.
Do you bother with timers, or the little battery packs don't cost you that much to charge in the day?
No,
You don't bother.
It's too many things to manage. I guess,
How about the bigger things like
that goes in as soon as it can. I've got 6 crews running around, so
you need to charge it whenever.
We just need to charge when we charge. So
yeah, you're in a unique spot in the world, right? With that hydropower being clean.
Yeah,
It ain't true. Where for me it's still 2/3 natural gas. Is what's powering my electricity.
Right.
So, all right. Is there anything? Can the batteries be easily visibly seen? And do you know the tech under the hood? What are they running on Stihl?
So it's a 24 kilowatt lithium battery.
Ooh, that's pretty
LFP
big.
battery in it.
That's like a third of a Model 3.
Well, it's a 24. My wife has a 2014 Nissan Leaf. It's the same size battery as in her car.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it was good that they put an LFP battery in them, just because they can be beat up. You can charge them 100%. Doesn't matter if it's cold. It doesn't need to do a 0 to 3 second quarter mile.
Yeah.
It already is too fast for a lawnmower because it does 18 kilometers an hour. Don't ask me what that is in miles.
It's fine. And then that's a really good point. LFP, heavier. Who cares? It's a mower.
Yeah.
Let me ask about grip. In the U.S., or many mowers, the consumer ones, you got weights up here to keep it from doing wheelies. Where'd they stick the battery in this thing?
It's right in the back.
Okay. Does it pop wheelies, or you have no problem?
You can if you get silly.
All right.
I haven't, but you can.
Okay.
You just have to be smart about things. If you're on a slope, you really don't want to do this. So
anyone watching is going to ask, how many hours of heavy wet grass mowing
heavy
can you
wet
do?
grass, about 6.5 to 7.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
In
Okay.
ideal conditions, you're over 8 hours.
Okay, so you're going back-to-back lawns on a summer day, and you need that.
We take care of our school board, and we can do all their sport fields in one day, and there's 7 of them.
So large school properties.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, anything to show in the back of the truck, or is it empty right now?
It's
or?
just empty.
Yep.
It's got your standard Ford power bank,
Yep.
which was
Down there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So
Using the 240 for anything, or not really?
I would only be used on that.
How about a compressor or whatever?
No,
Don't bother.
just,
Okay.
just that, or if I have 2 older vans that we've once or twice had a problem, and I can use this to rescue those vans if we run out of range for some sort of emergency situation.
Okay. Well, other people are queuing up. Thank you so much for your time. I really
No problem.
appreciate it. Nice to meet you.
All right. Have a great day.